What if I told you the reason you feel stuck in life isn't because of your habits, environment, or even your mindset? What if it's actually due to automatic responses in your body? Responses that happen before you have a conscious thought. And what if I told you that shifting these responses could be faster and easier than changing your habits, your environment, or your mindset? Today, I want to introduce you to a concept that has not only helped me break free from enormous challenges in my life, but has also enabled thousands of people I've worked with to shatter their limitations. It has allowed them to build the lives, the businesses, and the relationships they always wanted, dreams that seemed just out of reach. I call this concept magnetic resistance. How do most people view resistance? Resistance is often seen as a wall, something that to be broken through, pushed against, or forced past. It's described as an obstacle or barrier. But I see resistance differently. Think of it like a magnet. Resistance shows up in two distinct ways. When you try to change something negative in your life, it feels like magnets stuck together. No matter how hard you pull, they won't separate. When you try to create something new, but it feels impossible to achieve, just like two magnets that refuse to connect. No matter how hard you push, they won't stick. Ideally, we want to be in a state of alignment and choice, rather than being pushed or pulled by resistance. But resistance isn't the enemy. It actually reveals what needs to change for us to move forward. Let me take you back to where this journey began. When I was a child, my parents divorced. As the oldest son, I was led to believe that it was all my fault. And over the years, I watched my mom go through 5 more divorces and my dad through 2 more. I felt hopeless, stuck, trapped in patterns I didn't know how to change. I fell into depression and addiction, trying to numb the pain. I wanted to let go of these patterns, but magnetic resistance. When I became an adult, I noticed these same patterns repeating: depression, addiction, financial struggles. It seemed like my fate, but deep down, I knew I was meant for more. I wanted a loving relationship. I wanted a successful business. I wanted a life that truly reflected the person I was inside. But every time I tried to move forward, these goals, magnetic resistance. Determined to break free, I became obsessed with understanding why people do what they do, and more importantly, how to change. I studied natural medicine and trained in Ayurveda. I explored over 600 different change techniques, from meditation to visualization to neuroscience and physiology and psychology. I became my own human experiment, testing every method on myself. I invested tens of thousands of hours into overcoming my past. But real change didn't happen until I discovered something crucial: the connection between automatic body responses and life outcomes. That's when I realized most of the strategies we're taught to create change are super slow and less effective than what actual possible.